thoughts on how to do things and best practices. All the things that you have to give. I tried to give it all to him, and I just told him that I think he's got a great chance to be a great player for the team, and I just hope that the fans and the organization, whoever's the next punter, shows the same sort of patience and commitment to letting a young person grow into that position like I was granted.
Larry Holder.
Hey, Thomas, normally this wouldn't be something we would do in the media, but I'm just going to say for myself, and I'm sure I'm speaking to so many, we appreciate everything you've done with working relationship and beyond that. So thank you for all of that. But on those same lines, how much do you feel just kind of overwhelmed by how much people appreciated you? I mean, let's be honest, it's not like punters get a lot of love from fan bases, but you're, one of the more, I'd say, people around New Orleans have so much kind of gratitude toward you. How much do you appreciate just what you've been shown by this fan base?
Like I said, all expectations have been exceeded, multiplied, and I just think my uncle sent me a message the other day that just said, you're one of the few young people who's had the privilege of understanding how good you had it while you had it. And that means you don't have any regrets. You didn't take anything for granted. And the whole thing has just been, it's been amazing. And I'm like, I keep repeating myself, but I'm just very grateful for just the entire experience. When people say don't invest in the team or don't invest in the city, it's kind of like saying you're never going to love somebody because you're worried about getting hurt because at some point it's going to end. And I just didn't subscribe to that. I've been all in. I love this city, and man, they love me back 100 times more. And I'm just overwhelmed with positive, thankful energy. There's just so many people to thank. I don't want to single out anybody because if I really went through it, there'd be hundreds of people that have just been instrumental, have inspired me, have encouraged me. And it's just.
Ken Trahan.
Thomas, congratulations on a great stay here, obviously.
Thank you.
A terrific job. Look, from the standpoint of being drafted in the 5th round, a lot of people question drafting punters or kickers. You had a lot to prove over a 12-year period. You obviously dispelled any of those concerned notions. Talk about that, and then also about what was left on the field, only getting the one Super Bowl title when the opportunities were there from your perspective.
Well, I'll answer the second question first because I've already forgotten the first. Sorry, but I don't have any regrets about how any of it ended. That's why you play the game. The opportunity is just special to be a part of it. And I don't have any resentment or what if, because I know everybody was all in and we did our best, and I know that's simple and cliche, but it's true. It's been being a part of the history of the game. I've learned to appreciate the losses just like the wins, because you just know how special it is. You know how special it is to be a part of that and to have a team like that and to do something together. And, it almost feels like we're the Buffalo Bills of the 2010s. I think people will there'll be a 30 for 30 about our team and how good we were and how much winning we did. And we just didn't get it done for a variety of reasons. But none of that matters. It's the people, the relationships, the grind, being all in together. And I think that's one of the reasons people are so proud of being associated with our team and organization, is because I think for the most part, people like rooting for the good guys, and we just have a locker room full of them. And man, it's been an honor to just be a part of that.
Rod Walker.
Hey, Thomas, I know you haven't really had time to reflect on all this, but what is like the one thing that you'd want people to just remember about you and how you played the game here?
I think I'd like to be. I'd like to think that my teammates knew that they could count on me in big moments. I set out to be elitely consistent. That was my tag or my phrase. I wanted to be elite in my consistency. And I think I've done that. And I'm going to continue to do that. I think, what did the city mean? Just the whole, people don't understand how awesome it is to just be, part of this team. I know everybody says they have the best fans in the world, and most people are lying. There's probably 4 teams in the league that can at least have an argument in that, and we're one of them. And man, no matter what I've done, start a foundation, do a foundation dinner, try to help an individual, the Cordero family before Chris passed away. People have just given the shirts off their back to be a part of that. And it's honestly why so many of the things I've done have gone so far. It's because I didn't have an out. Once I started doing things, people showed up and people supported, and I couldn't not keep going. It was, people were looking for that. People were looking to be a part of something where they're helping people or helping a group of people, helping a group of people. And, they got, I don't want to say I was bluffing, but, when people show up and they're like, yeah, we're here, which, what are you about? And I felt obligated to keep going and to keep pushing and to keep doing more things. And a lot of people give you props for doing these charities and all this other stuff, but it's just a testament to people down here, when they love you and when they support you. It's not with words, they actually do it. And man, that's where all the positive emotions are, just all those people and being part of that. And I just had the fortune of having a name that people knew, and and so I felt like I wanted to kind of push the needle on a few things, and man, people showed up and supported more than I ever thought was, if I didn't know how big it was going to get when I started, I probably wouldn't have started it, because it got to be so much work and so much energy. But it was like, I'm glad we did it all. And I look forward to doing more things in the future. Like I said, I'm not done playing, but New Orleans is home, and we'll be here and raising our family here. And I know I don't perfectly fit the mold of a New Orleanian, but I feel like one.
Mike Triplett.
Hey, Thomas, thanks for this on a tough day, and thanks for everything over the years, man.
You got it.
I have 2 for you real quick. You mentioned setting the record for fewest punt returns. Was any of that strategic based on how you were struggling? Were you purposely trying to alter your game to make sure they weren't returned, or is some of that coincidental?
Well, I think I've always looked at how can you help win the game, right? And look, in the past few years, we've had elite coverage, and we've also had now an elite returner and elite return team. And, you know, I don't want to say get naturally more conservative, but I certainly did get more conservative, especially early this year when I was struggling to find my consistency. And so, yeah, I certainly was a little more conservative because I just didn't trust myself the way I typically do, for the reasons I've noted. So, you know, it's a cool thing to be able to say we did that as a group. And that's a credit to so many people, so many players, that have been a part of that. So.
And then I just wanted to make sure I heard you correctly, so I'm not putting words in your mouth. You said the team did not talk to you about possibly staying at a reduced rate? No,
there wasn't a conversation about that. No, not at all. And I respect that. And like I said, I don't have any. All I have is positive emotions. I'm obviously sad, but I don't have any resentment or anything like that. Mickey Loomis in particular has been an awesome mentor, and I'm very grateful to have had him as a general manager and somebody that's always known the right thing to say at the right moment when there was a little bit of doubt, or I was dealing with a quad injury, or I had just signed a contract extension and I was feeling the pressure to be more than I had been. There's 10 different stories of that. And I'm just very grateful to Mickey.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Just.
Thanks, Thomas. I know this has to be difficult for you.
Yep.
You've touched on this a little bit today, but you said last month that you were doing everything you could to get back to where you were before. How are you doing with your recovery there? And what, in your words, what do you think you still bring playing at the age of 34, almost 35? Happy birthday next week. By the way.
Thank you. Yeah, like I said, I'm not just randomly hoping that I'll just miraculously improve. You know, my eyes, the team's known about this. You know, we've kept everything in house, but, you know, the team know I got hurt this summer training, hurt my back. And that's something that I heard it in 2014 and I heard it in 2018 as well. So it's not a thing that I haven't had before, but the timing of it was very bad. And it lingered for longer than I'd like to, you know, it lingered for weeks, not days. And so, that was tough. And then just getting my eyes situated, you know, I thought I was going to get it addressed last off season, and between COVID and, some, let's call it misdiagnoses, it didn't get fixed, and it was a real struggle. And like I said, those are all reasons, you know, my squatting, my jumping, my explosive things that I do, all the training I do, there's no physical drop off there. So, I certainly expect to, you know, get back to a very, very high level, and, you know, hopefully somebody's willing to, take the chance to see if that's going to come to fruition.
Thank you for everything, Thomas. We're all set with questions.
Thomas, thank you very much for joining us. And I believe everybody has thanked you for your time and patience through the years and your insights. And I know that this isn't goodbye. This is just a see you later. So
absolutely, Doug.
Yeah,
Doug, thank you for setting everything up in the past 24 hours. And man, you're the real deal. And just appreciate the friendship, and everybody on this call. Thank you for just the fairness and integrity you've done your jobs with. It's been awesome feeling like I could give out my cell number and I could confide in people and people would do the right thing. And it's just, it's refreshing to know that is the case. And I'm very thankful for everything. So, if anybody needs anything or wants to do a story at some point now or in the future, Doug can feel free to just hand out my number to whoever doesn't have it. I don't know if you even do that, but I just want to know that I'm accessible, and I do appreciate any sort of anything that you put out that's written that says, that the journey's not over for me, and that there's some real rational reasons as to why there's a reason for optimism that I can be the player that I have been, and I would appreciate that if anybody's looking to do that. And I will be on a bachelor party the next few days, so if you call me, I don't know if you should expect much. This timing couldn't be better. But I promise you won't see any headlines of me in the Miami Herald or anything. So thank you guys.
Thanks, Tom.
Thomas, safe travels.
All right.
Appreciate
Thank
it,
you.
Thomas.
Bye.
Take care, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate it.